Good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing on at least 4 or 5 videos every day. I appreciate you here, but I am literally a YouTubeaholic. Can't get enough of it. Love talking to you guys, and it keeps me from going crazy because if I wasn't talking to you guys, I'd be out here talking to myself. Now, some people, my neighbors, they walk down the streets and they see me out here by myself. They don't see my cell phone camera right there. They think I'm crazy. They really do think I'm crazy. But then again, my nickname in college was actually Crazy Mark. So there's that. Who? Rookie minicamp. 2021 rookie minicamp is in the books. It's done. It's over here. It's out of here. They've got the first installation in. Those guys are probably right now, I hope, looking at the books, eyes wide open, excited about their opportunity that starts tomorrow with the veterans, meeting the rest of the teammates, becoming a team. I'm excited. I saw some incredible things. I don't want to get too excited, but some things that I saw that I absolutely positively loved was seeing, excuse me, Dan Quinn in there getting his hands dirty, in there teaching these guys, showing, not just being the brains and standoffish, getting there down and dirty with the guys. In fact, getting out on the field there and actually trying to play nose tackle, nose guard, reliving his glory, as my man Quenton said. I got a man crush on Quenton. I love things that I hear from him. He understands already his role and his job. I'm not here to look cute. I'm not here to look sexy. I'm here for one job, and that's to beat up the center, to dominate the middle of the field, and protect my boys behind me, my linebackers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I love that. I love seeing, like I said, the coach doing the Karate Kid wax on, wax off the offensive lineman's hands off of him, and then the quick rip. It just feels like it's night and day difference on the defense. And of course, look, let's not completely kill Mike Nolan. The cards are stacked against him because basically he had the players that were all here before. He didn't start with a clean slate like we're doing right now. He didn't have OTAs where he could actually get his hands on the guys. And I think he was like a deer caught in the headlights, a big D. But I feel like this is different. And we've been focusing in on the defense so much, we've kind of forgotten about the offense. I saw a clip. I don't know if it was Brian Brodus and somebody else or Mickey Spagnola. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about, I kind of hoped that we wouldn't put so much on Dak Prescott, that we would rely on the running game as opposed to Dak Prescott. He's coming back from this injury and everything else. And it's kind of like, I don't mean any harm, bro. I understand you're on the radio, but this isn't the 70s football anymore. There's no such team that relies on the running game to win football. I mean, I guess you could say Baltimore because their quarterback runs the football better than the running backs, but that's still a quarterback that still has the pressure of that offense going because of him. So I don't understand where you got this mentality that we got to be leaning on the running game and everything else in order for us to win, and basically just have the quarterback as an afterthought, and the whole concept of that ankle, guys. Alan Hearns had the exact same injury, not in October. He had it in January. had to have the operation, have the pins and everything put into it and all that. He was there for training camp. He got released by the Cowboys, but he got hired by the Dolphins. Didn't miss a game with less time. Stop worrying about that ankle. It's a bone. Bones fuse together. Sometimes they'll fuse together. If they're not set right, they'll fuse the wrong way. But they're going back together somehow, some way. They're going to be locked back up. So the key is make sure that shit's straight, and you'll be fine. The interesting thing is this about Dak. So many people have said, can't pay a quarterback. When you pay a guy, they go downhill. And they'll give you examples about guys that got paid and went downhill. Well, I can give you an example like Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell went from Arizona Cardinals, got paid to go to Jacksonville, guy who averaged about 8 sacks a season, ended up being defensive runner-up player of the year. Boom. There you go. So it's not every case. But do you know the most dangerous person in the world? Do you? Do you know the most dangerous person in the world? Most dangerous person in the world is somebody who has nothing to lose. Seriously. You know, you might be thinking, well, if I rob a bank and I get caught, you know, I'll go to jail. I won't be around my wife, my kids, and everything else. You know, it's just too much to risk. I'm not going to take that chance. But a man that's got no family, got no money, got no job, is hungry. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to lose if I try and, rob that bank. I'm going to starve to death, or I'm going to be out on the streets. I ain't got nothing to lose. That guy, well, he'll go rob the bank. And here's where you are with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he ain't got nothing to lose right now. He's not playing for a contract. He's not. He's got more than enough money to take him through his life and take his kids and their grandkids through. He's a smart enough man that knows how to manage his money. So I'm not worried about that. He's already the quarterback of the Cowboys, which was his dream. There's nothing to lose now. So I think that Dak Prescott realizes it's everything to gain. And that's that ring, which is immortality. He understands now that, one play that this can be taken away. And I won't have that many opportunities. So I look for him, to be that comeback player of the year. Because when Dak gets out on that field, I think it's going to feel special to have gone through and watched your team go down the toilet without you and you being helpless. You realize how important you are to not just yourself, but all of those guys in that huddle, all those guys in that locker room. You got the money. If you get hurt, well, you get hurt. It's okay. I'm going to be all right financially. But you can now let yourself do everything. You can just say, listen, throw caution in the wind. I'm going after it. Talking to my man Greg, sent me a message and he said, he's like, Dak is coming for it this year. Dak is looking for comeback player of the year and MVP. I know the trolls are laughing right now. I know you're like, man, get off the crack pipe. Are you throwing a pile of weed up in there in that fire? That's what you're burning? No, I'm not. But I know I've been here many, many times before with that hope on the Dallas Cowboys to be disappointed many, 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 too damn many times. I feel different about so many things with the Cowboys. Even Jerry Jones. I honestly feel like maybe he's changed some too. We brought in coaches before, but you felt like they've been hamstrung on what they were doing. Brought in Chris Richard, he was kind of hamstrung by Rod Marnelli. You had Wade Phillips there, who was kind of hamstrung by Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, of course, was kind of hamstrung by Jerry Jones, who not only had his main box where you put about 150,000 people in, but had his GM box, which had the telephone that could go down on the field. And then, of course, there used to be Jerry Jones on the field in the games. You don't see him on the field anymore at the end of games. In fact, you don't really see him in the GM box too many times now on games days. You see him in his main suite. And it feels like Dan Quinn is the one who's cooking this defensive recipe. That he's the one that's looking for his type of guys. That he's the one that's out there on the field that's actually coaching them hands-on. So maybe things have changed. Stay tuned to see if it leads to anything other than disappointment. With that said, I'm going to take my crazy Mark self in here and I'm going to go to bed. I got a lot of work to do in the workshop tomorrow. Got a lot of orders to get out. Got a lot of news in the Dallas Cowboys because tomorrow is the first day of Phase 2 OTAs. I'm Mark Holmes. And don't forget, tomorrow night, live stream, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll be giving away another Joe Barty. See you then, friends.